Saturday night was a great night. It was a lot of fan support. The atmosphere there was really something special, and I think the guys fed off of that. Being at home for the first time this year, the guys really enjoyed being out there on the stripes, looking up and seeing a full crowd. The band was loud, the cheerleaders, the student body I thought got very involved. So it really made for an exciting night, and it actually started during the Bear Walk. A lot of, you could tell that there was a lot of support, and a lot of people were excited for football to be back on the stripes, and I think our guys really fed off of that. We challenged our guys this past week to start fast and to set a good tempo, and I was pleased with the way we were able to do that, both offensively and defensively. I thought that we started fast and set a really good tempo. I think the first drive we took the ball, and I think it was like 7 plays, something like that. And anyway, had a good tempo and punched it in, went up 7-0. Then I went and asked the special teams to set the tempo. We didn't quite get that done with the kickoff return. They took it all the way back to the 13. But then the defense, I think, really went out and set the tone for how the night was going to be. A lot of times after what you call sudden change, whenever, the ball goes from one side of the field to the other, the other team scores pretty quickly. That's sudden change in football, and it's hard to stop that sudden momentum because football is a game of momentum. Something we work on in practice. Coach Stewart and the defensive staff spend a lot of time working on sudden change. Well, the other team had the football down in our neck of the woods on the first drive, and those guys really stepped up and made a defensive stand there. And I think that fourth down stop was one that it definitely set the tone for the game, but it also, something great to build off of. Southeastern can run the football. They ran the football for, I think it was 368 or something like that against Louisiana Lafayette, who was leading Texas A&M at halftime. So the team we played the other night can really, really run the football. They had it 4th and 1, and we needed to stop early, and we got penetration from the inside. Chris Terrell came off the edge, took the dive, and then threw his legs out and tripped the quarterback, and then we had a scraping linebacker and a safety running through downhill, and there was a lot of emotion and all that put into that one play, and I really do think that set a tone for the rest of the day of a physical, tough, it's going to be a tough day tone. So really pleased with the way that the guys came out. The rest of the first half, we were able to generate some stuff and get 7 more points before the half. Defensively, I thought we played really well in the first half. We gave up 3 points right before halftime. But things weren't clicking as well as what would have liked for them to at halftime. We went in, made a few adjustments, and came back in the second half and moved the football a lot more effectively. I thought Kier Crossley really ran the ball well. I thought Cedric Battle showed some explosiveness. He's the transfer from UAB. He caught the little screen pass and took it down the sideline and had a big play there that set up a touchdown. Roman Gordon had a big catch. I thought Jakari Dillard played really well at receiver. He converted on a third down, caught a screen pass back across the middle, made a big play to get us a first down that we eventually scored on, and also caught a deep post. Brandon Cox had another big play. So our receivers continued to play well. I thought Carlos ran hard, and then, all of those guys in the backfield did a great job. We protected the quarterback. We didn't give up a sack, and gave Hayden a chance to get the ball down the field. That was good. I think our defense, we're young on that defensive line. We've got some older ends. Chris Chambers, I thought he was the defensive player of the week the week before. I thought he had another really good game. He got pressure on the quarterback, had some tackles for loss. Chris Terrell at the other defensive end, I've already talked about him. Big Javian Williams on the inside. This was his first really big test for a team that just ran the ball. Those inside guys, which was Javian, Big Bubba and Eric Jackson. I thought those guys really played well. George Odom. Last week I called, George is kind of our eraser. Whenever somebody does make a mistake, George is fast enough to go get it. And George did that on a play or two that did pop. We had the speed George does to be able to go get it. Our corners did what we asked them to do as far as keeping everything in front. They got behind us on one or two, but we were able to get them on the ground and make them line down and play the next play. Was pleased with the Hayden Ray kicked again. We held, Matt Cummins went and warmed up. Felt good during warm-ups, and we said let's just wait and see, because we got an open week next week, and you can definitely be 100% if you don't re-injure that thing during the week. So situation never presented itself where we had to have Matt's. We were able to hold him, and Hayden Ray went in and did an outstanding job. He made field goal and all of his extra points and did an outstanding job there. Our punting game is great to have Patrick Ponder back. He had hurt his knee during camp and had never been quite, he was forced to punt against Murray and did an admirable job for us. But then last night he was back to the preseason all-conference guy that we were counting on going into the season. I think he averaged netting close to 43 on the night, which was very good. Still got some work to do on our kickoff coverage. We've been working it hard, and we'll continue. That extra week will help us this week to work on our coverage responsibilities.